Hello, I'd like to welcome you to Ely and District u3a. You may have heard of the organisation previously under the title of the University of the Third Age. We are now rebranded with the logo Learn, Laugh and Live to emphasise our exciting ventures into aspects of activity, promoting health and happiness. This presentation introduces you to activities that Ely and District u3a has been enjoying over the past few years. They include arts and crafts, bird watching, exercise and games, gardening and botany, history and current affairs, languages, luncheon groups, music and photography, transport and the written word. Do you fancy any of these? Or something different? Why not join us? We need you to make it happen. One of our most popular groups is Transport, with a very knowledgeable and enthusiastic coordinator. This group has meetings locally and travels around the country exploring and experiencing different forms of transport and their history, from the renovation of St Pancras Station to the renovation of trusty old steam trains. Do you fancy something different? A little music and transport? What about messing about on the river on an arrowboat? Or clang, clang, clang went the trolley bus from Rushton to Raunds? Or even the magnificent men in their flying machines? Now you can see why I'm not in the singing group. An important, nay, even essential part of every outing is the refreshment break. Do you like art? Whether your style is Banksy or Botticelli, you will be made welcome, sharing supports, tips and good company in one of our arts and crafts groups. Do you want to experiment with something a bit different? Come and start an interest group and attract other embryonic Picassos or Hockneys. During the lockdown recently, many people have been turning to their gardens and discovering wonderful things about plants and the healing property of nature. We have gardening and botany groups. During the winter months, we often have speakers and demonstrations, such as planting up a hanging basket, drought-resistant plants, and even flower arranging. Something for everyone. During the warmer months, our favourite activities are being outside and maybe visiting garden centres, beautiful formal gardens and wildlife gardens. We also visit horticultural establishments and learn about how their merchandise is produced, from bulbs to trees and even mushrooms. Stately homes and open gardens are favourites. Our coordinators and guides are very knowledgeable and entertaining. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? To learn more about plants, history and biology, and delve deeper into where, how and who, the Botany Group organises speakers and field trips to places of scientific interest. Botany and garden groups currently, during the time of social distancing, are producing newsletters to keep our members in touch with each other. Of course, many outings culminate in good company and refreshments. A board game fan or a card player? We currently have bridge, canasta, cribbage, Scrabble and mahjong groups. Why not try your hand at one of these activities? or start a new group. Interest has been expressed in Rummikub and Trivial Pursuit. Or do you have a favourite game you would like to introduce to the group? Please feel free to join us and show us. What have we all been doing to keep fit these last few months? A favourite pastime has been walking. Walking for wellness. Ely and District u3a has several walking groups, from a gentle, companionable stroll and natter, through 4 miles, 6 miles and 12 miles. The number of groups is increasing due to the popularity of this activity. Coordinators plan their route, hopefully trying it out to ensure it is manageable and permissible. There is always a helping hand if you need it. Remember, there is no such thing as bad weather, only the incorrect clothing. The coordinators are skilled at planning and health and safety awareness and are very friendly. You never know what new friends you might make on your walk, and can even incorporate other interests such as photography, botany and cow herding. We really are a jolly lot. Come and join us. And of course, there are refreshments. Another activity which could take you far and wide and may produce some very exciting sightings is bird watching. East Anglia is a well-known area for all sorts of bird watching. Perhaps the coastal areas of Norfolk. There are of course the heathlands and wetlands, and a wonderful place for spectacular skies. There are many places to hide while bird watching, or just enjoy the lovely weather, fresh air and exercise. Do you know what? I think I've forgotten to mention the refreshments. Flash bang wallop, what a picture! In the photography group, you not only learn skills and techniques for taking photographs, including the head of your subject, but also how to make the most of lighting, angles and shutter speeds. You can also use your skills learned to record visits to interesting places or activities, such as bird watching and walking. The photography group has competitions focusing on particular topics, and they're very generous at sharing their techniques. If you're feeling more active, Ely and District u3a have several sports groups, including badminton, table tennis, golf and exercise to music. The badminton and table tennis, or ping pong groups, initially called themselves Bad Pong, but soon realised this is perhaps not the best marketing slogan. Exercise to music quickly became very popular. Do you have any other favourite sports? Come along and help us start a new sport. Remember, all this can only happen by the enthusiasm of the members. I did warn you that the transport group is very popular and well coordinated. And the variety of subjects is limited only by imagination. Have you been into the engine room of a submarine? And of course, there's always time for a pit stop. Our outings group is one of the most popular groups, and the places are always filled up very quickly. The outings can be anything from a day trip to a place of interest, such as Nottingham and the oldest pub in England. Or a couple of days further afield, as far as Wales. There's never a dull moment with the outings group. And such a lot of variety. And of course, refreshments. We also have longer holidays, maybe in foreign countries such as Ireland or Scotland. Do join us, we have such a lot of fun. If music is your mojo, try out one of our music groups. There are plenty of opportunities to take part with voice or instruments, or listen, discuss and appreciate a huge range of genres. Guitar Plus, including instruments and voices, put on some wonderful performances. Practicing's been a bit difficult lately, as you or anyone who's tried coordinating, even talking on Zoom, let alone singing and playing. Come and blow your own trumpet or even recorder and make some beautiful music. If you prefer relaxing and being entertained, there are plenty of opportunities to listen to the professionals performing. And the refreshments are great too. More arts and crafts. We have very active card craft and quilting groups, which are beautiful and fascinating. These groups were very useful when it came to decorating the Christmas tree for the local Christmas tree festival. Do you like snuggling up with a good book? Book reading groups can introduce you to authors you may not have considered before and widen your horizons. Or you may like to recommend a favourite book of yours to the group and share your pleasures. You may prefer reading or writing poetry. I wandered lonely as a cloud. Oh no, that one's been done already, hasn't it? We have writing groups whose work is often published in our Ely and District u3a monthly newsletter. And who knows, they may go on to be published nationally. I don't know if it's the water round here, but I know of several famous authors in these parts. Are you planning a holiday abroad when we are allowed? Get yourselves ready with our conversational language groups, so you know your mer from your mer. No, that doesn't really work when it's spoken. Or your inner Schweinehund, inner pig dog. That's the little voice in the back of your head convincing you to stay in bed when you know you should be getting up. Do you remember when? Probably most of us are not old enough to remember the really old stuff, but the history group can shed light on the evidence of the really old and the not so old. Did you know Captain Vancouver, of Canada fame, came from King's Lynn? You might remember that Ely was the eel capital of the country, and we have the last remaining eel catcher with his eel trap. Just be careful who you make friends with. King Arthur is said to be sleeping below ground to rise again when England needs him. How were ropes made? Is this the longest building in the UK? How did we travel and conquer the world? Or parts of it anyway. Who was that man skulking in the basement of the Houses of Parliament? Such a lot needs learning from history, but we still seem to make the same mistakes. With many television programs, people are becoming more interested in their ancestors and where they came from. We have groups and experts who can help you to research and write up your discoveries. With the passing of people who lived through the Great Wars, more people are writing their life stories to pass on to their children and grandchildren. So much has happened in our lifetimes, it would be a shame to lose all those experiences. We remember walking home from night with a torch, washing dollies and manual mangles, red phone boxes and 4p. You know, the good old days. Whatever your needs or interests, it's worth inquiring. We might have something right up your street. The Here For You group started only recently and was immediately a great hit with people with reduced hearing, the hidden disability. You may have noticed we managed to work refreshments into most activities. We even have specific luncheon groups where members meet up at specified pubs or restaurants for a jolly lunch. The number of groups is increasing as they are very popular and the membership quickly gets fully subscribed. I think everyone is looking forward to be able to meet up again and eat out. Most groups have Christmas parties or other seasonal celebrations. Our ceilidhs are also very popular and great fun, and a good way to exercise body and mind in a sociable way. Do you know your strip the willow from your dozy doe? We recently celebrated our 10th anniversary. It was great fun meeting up with previous members and new ones, and the refreshments are good too. We have a membership of over 600 members. Not bad for being only 10 years old. We really are a lovely group with something for everyone and the opportunity to try out something new and encourage others to try them too. Do come and join us. If not now, keep us in mind for when things get back to normal. How do you find us? We usually have leaflets around the towns, in libraries, visitor centres, community rooms and places of social gathering. We have a website showing us on the centre of this screen. I don't think it would make much sense if I read it out. Or simply just Google us, Ely and District u3a. Thank you very much for watching our presentation. More information can be found on our website, where there are also contact details and someone can get back to you and answer your questions. Keep safe.